it's Monica, and I'm so excited to be back today with a new bookshop vlog. So I've just been in the mood to want to go check out some new releases and just browse the shelves. You know, I recently picked up this book at Barnes & Noble called The Cautious Traveler's Guide to the Wastelands, and it honestly became one of my favorite books of this year. And before I had found it on the shelves, I had never even heard of it online. I'm sure people were talking about it, but just in my corners, I'd never heard anyone like talking about it. I feel like there wasn't really any buzz, but I loved it. And I just kind of want to try and recreate that magic. And honestly, I just love walking through bookstores and seeing what new books are out there, reading a bit of them, and just, you know, getting a feel for what I might want to read in the last few days of the year, which is crazy to say, actually. I have a couple spots that I'm planning on hitting up today. First, I want to head to the library because honestly, I haven't been to the library in years. It's been a while. Like I borrow from the library often digitally, but it's been a really, really long time since I've actually gone to the library. And honestly, I can't even remember the last time I just went to the library to browse and not because I had a hold. So that's my goal today. I want to just go walk around, see if there's anything there that strikes my fancy. And then from there, I'm going to head to the big Barnes & Noble in New York City, which is the one in Union Square. That one is huge. It's multiple floors, and I'm going to peruse there. I might also do some writing because they have like a big cafe, and I made a Substack like months ago and I just never did anything with it. I had big dreams for it, but I got like a little bit shy. But I really do want to start publishing on there. Just like I think part of it is that I was like, oh, this isn't good enough, and I don't want people to like think this is all I can do in terms of writing. But honestly, I just like want a place to get out ideas and talk about things that I'm thinking about a lot, and like be able to like talk about it with other people in a like more contained environment that's a little bit more intimate, because it is like a little bit more personal, a bit more vulnerable. So I've been wanting to do that. So I'm going to do that. Gonna try and write and publish my first post today. We'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, hang out in Barnes & Noble, browse around, and yeah, I thought I'd bring you all along with me as I do all these things, and I'm so excited. So let's head out. First stop though is my local library. So I've been doing a bit of perusing, and I think I want to get this book. It is Anatomy, A Love Story by Dana Schwartz, and I've been wanting to read this since it came out. I used to follow Dana on Twitter like years and years ago when I was like active on the book side of Twitter, and I wanted to read her novel for so long because I followed her before her novel even came out. So I'm excited. I think this is supposed to be like a gothic mystery romance, and the cover is stunning. So I'm gonna check this out, and then I'm gonna head into Barnes & Noble. So I got a bit distracted by Lush. I decided to pop in because there's this perfume that I've been wanting for a while, and they had it. I was so excited. And then I was just sniffing bath bombs and things because I've been just wanting to like take more baths recently. I feel like my roommate Kaylee and my friend Tasman, they always both take baths, and it just sounds nice. So got a couple bits for that. Now I'm walking through the Union Square Christmas market, and I'm on my way to Barnes & Noble. So when I was in London last year, this book, Impossible Creatures, was everywhere. I'm pretty sure it was like the Waterstones book of the year too. And I bought it there, but I never read it because I wanted to also like listen to the audiobook while I was like doing a puzzle or something. And this has reminded me that I own it and I want to read it. So I think I'm going to do like a 24-hour reading vlog of like whimsical books, and this I think will be one of them. But it's like a fantasy dragon book compared to like Tolkien, Pullman. Yeah, literally one of the blurbs is there was Tolkien, there is Pullman, and now there's Catherine Rundell. It's a huge comparison, but it looks super cute and fun. And as far as what I'm looking for, I read a couple of like autumnal books, and I really want to find like something Christmassy to read, but that's like actually good, because I'm gonna be honest, sometimes those like themed books like that, I feel like the writing is like oftentimes not very good, so I'm trying to find one that I think the writing will actually be good. I keep seeing this book and I want to read it. It sounds so good. I wish it was in paperback though. It's just like, it's one of those sizes that like I don't find pleasant to hold, which I know is such a silly reason to not buy a book, but it sounds really good. It's supposed to be like a journey or like an adventure through time and space, and I'm such a Doctor Who girl, so like as soon as you say that about anything, I'm like, I must read it. This is another one I really want to read, but again, I kind of wish it was in paperback, so I have to wait for that one. But reading the synopsis, it just sounds very me. It's like a bunch of interconnected stories. This book looks really cute. It is about 3 bickering sisters and their unique antique shop, which is a very cozy little premise or setting for a book. I'm gonna check that one out, I think. And then I know people love Christina Lauren, so I feel like, and I've never read this one in a holidays, so I'm like, this might be a good like safe pick. Like, it can't be bad if everyone loves it. Although, you know what, I say that, and I read that Pumpkin Spice Cafe book, and I think that was the worst book I read all year. Genuinely horrific. Okay, so I love stories about like children of artists or about artists or fans, like that whole universe of books. And this one sounds so cute. I know Tessa Bailey is like a really beloved author, I think. That red name sounds familiar. And this one is about 2 kids of like the singer and another artist in this like rock and roll like legendary band, and they're like opposites, and that sounds really fun, so I'm gonna check that one out also. I've seen a couple of books that I've just like never seen before or heard about. This one is called Le Fay, obviously about Morgana Le Fay, and I was a big Merlin fan once upon a time, so quite curious about this one. And then I just saw this, The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle Jensen. Never heard of this, but the cover is really pretty, like really pretty, so I'm curious. This is like, I think, more of a romantasy. And then is this like a romance one too? Feminist retelling of the story of the formidable and misunderstood villainess of Arthurian legend. That sounds so good. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this one out, give it a little bit of a read. Maybe both of these, because they both sound really good. I really want to read T. Kingfisher. I've actually never read anything by them. And this one is on my list. I think I might have put this on hold at the library though, so I'm not gonna get that one. Oh my gosh. God and the Gumiho. I have not heard of this, but I assume it's Korean fantasy. Tell me more. I have even more books under my coat. It's a problem. Have you guys read this one? Because I genuinely think the first essay in it about the I and internet, that's the title, changed my entire life. So good. Especially if you're someone who spends like a lot of time online, or you think about like the internet. I think, oh, you will love this. It will definitely like blow your mind a bit, or like just make you think about your time spent online in a different way. I read a bit of Rejection, and I was gonna get it from the library, but I think I really want to read it and like be able to highlight it, so I definitely want a physical copy, but it's expensive. So I'm like, I kind of want to wait until I can get it as like a paperback. Then I saw this book, and I love stories. I mentioned this earlier, but I love stories that take or that like follow like musicians or just like art within the music universe. And this is supposed to be like, they say it's like a Sally Rooney novel, but like set in Nashville in like the early 2000s. I feel like I'd just rather have that in paperback. So passing on that one. We're doing a good job so far, not getting anything. This I've never heard of, but the cover intrigued me. It's called Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. And it's kind of, I read The Spell Shop in early October, and I really enjoyed that one. It was really like cute and whimsical. The map that's on the inside is really like stunning. Okay, so this is basically about this princess who was imprisoned, who like grew up with dragons, but then was imprisoned by her father and like separated from her dragons. And she's now made this whole new kingdom where she wants to like free dragons and stuff. So that's about their relationship or like that journey. I'm intrigued, but like I don't really know if I want like a dragon book right now. This might be the prettiest book I've ever seen. It's so stunning. It's literally why I picked it up. I just saw the cover and I was like, I want to know what that. It gives me Last Unicorn vibes. I've never heard anything about it, and I would love to know if any of you have read this, if it's good. The thing is that I've noticed lately that they've like repackaged some of the like romantasy books to be like very, very pretty, but they're not books that I know I wouldn't enjoy them. Like I'm just not a Fourth Wing girl. Love that for everyone who is, but it's just not my thing. But oh my, look at the end papers. That's stunning. That's beautiful. Okay, so our main character is an assassin. I feel like they're always an assassin. What's up with that? This is just so beautiful though. Like does this not give you the Last Unicorn vibes? If you've watched that. I actually haven't watched it. I just was like obsessed with the imagery when I was a teenager, and for some reason never watched it. I recognize that's weird. I'm gonna look this one up on Goodreads. So it's When the Moon Hatched. Okay, it's got a 4.8, which is not bad, or 4.08, which is not bad. Oh man, the top review is 1 star. Glorified Uber rides, I mean dragons, that add pretty much nothing to the plot even though they're so important to the world. A copycat Selena Sardothian that's somehow more annoying. Oh, okay, I know exactly. I kind of, as soon as I see like the girl's an assassin, I'm like, oh, is this going to be like a Throne of Glass retelling? And that, I fear that's kind of what this is. If I'm wrong, tell me, because I'll come back. I'll check that one out again. I had my Throne of Glass phase, and that was 10 years ago, or whenever that book first came out. Okay, one book that I think I show like every time I do like a reading vlog, or not reading vlog, a bookstore vlog, is this book called One Dark Window. I keep meaning to get this. I have it actually as an ebook on my books, on my like e-reader. I'm so curious because I feel like people love this book, and I've heard like from people that I really like respect their opinions on fantasy that it's really good. So I'm super keen, and I think it's supposed to be like gothic fantasy. So I was curious about this. I saw this cover. It's so beautiful. It's like some sort of special edition that they're doing. And I'm so tempted by it because it's absolutely stunning, but it's so heavy. I just like don't think I'd enjoy reading it. I've been like carrying it around with me because I'm like, I really want this. But like, one, I don't even know if I like the book. And two, it's like, why did they make it this heavy? I don't understand. But it's really pretty. Like even the end papers are really cool. It's got like such perfect goth vibes. This is like the perfect floppy fantasy. So this is a maybe. It's going to my maybe pile. We finally have a maybe. I saw this one, gave me cute, cozy fantasy vibes. Have I read it? Okay, so I like The Spell Shop. I thought that was a cute, cozy fantasy. But I've been very mostly miss when it comes to any of the cozy genre books. I just feel like the writing for me, I don't know, I feel like sometimes when a book is trying to hit certain buzzwords, sometimes the writing is focused on the buzzwords and hitting those buzzwords than it is on actually creating a good story. Does that make sense? I mentioned earlier that I read that Pumpkin Spice Cafe book, which I saw they have a whole table of the whole series. It's genuinely not to yuck anyone's yum. If you loved it, I love that for you. But for me, I just thought the writing was so bad And my issue with romance and like why I don't read very much of the genre is that I just like, I find it to be very lacking in like actual romance. Like it just sort of feels like so formulaic. There's no real like urgency in the writing, and there's nothing like particularly interesting in the writing. There's like no human element, and that's like how I felt when I read that pumpkin spice book. It just felt very like cold and formulaic, and very much telling you that these people are in love instead of like letting you feel it. So yeah, not my favorite. And that's my fear. I don't want to like read another book like that. But this one is cute. Basically, it's a mage who wants to open up a bookshop with this girl. Ooh, it's gay. Love that. Let me look this one up on Goodreads. Okay, this one has a 3.75, and overwhelmingly everyone who I follow has given it like 1 star, so that's a no. It sounds cute, but it's okay. This one I'm very curious about. This is the Morgan Le Fay story retelling, and I love stories about villains, and they're like villain origin stories. I think are so fun. I'm so confused. Are there 2 of these? I thought this was the first book. Okay, so this is the sequel, guys. My bad. Apparently there is a first book called Morgan Is My Name. I didn't see that one up there, and it has really good reviews. Okay, I'm gonna add the first book in my want to read. I'm glad I didn't read the synopsis yet. I'm gonna put that one in the rejection pile. Then we have this. This is a Korean fantasy following with the Gumiho myth, which is like the 9-tailed fox. Kim Honey is retired from a life of devouring souls. She is simply put too full. Once known as the infamous Scarlet Fox, she now spends her days working incognito in a coffee shop and annoying a particularly irritating, if unfairly handsome trickster god as often as she can. Wait, this sounds cute. That sounds cute. This is like a cozy romance, but like with Korean mythology. So this sounds like something I do want to read. However, I think it's a book that I would just want to read like as an audiobook, you know? Like this and a puzzle sounds like a good time. The books that I buy physically are ones that I like maybe want to highlight, like annotate, or like high fantasy, because I usually like do need to just prefer to have the physical version of that. But anything outside of that, I like don't have to have it physically. Next one is The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. And I've never read anything by Mark Lawrence, but I really wanted to. And this one takes place in a like magical, mysterious bookshop. So like, obviously, 2 strangers find themselves connected by a vast and mysterious library containing many wonders and still more secrets in this powerfully moving series opener. I think I want this. I think this is the one. It's also not expensive, which is a good thing. But this just sounds really good, and it sounds like something I would like to read like right now. So this is going into the maybe pile also. I'm only letting myself buy 1 book if I buy anything, I think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Then I saw this one. This is called The Bridge Kingdom. I genuinely just picked it up because it's so pretty. Like it's shiny, and I just love shiny things, I guess. I think this is also a romantasy. Let me see what the people are saying on Goodreads. It's got a 4.04, 160,000 reviews. So this is a popular one. I am clearly living under a rock. People are saying it's like a Court of Thorns and Roses kind of vibe, which I didn't love. I did love Rysand. I can't lie. I did love that character. I don't know. I feel unsure about this one. If any of you have read it and you know my taste and you think I'd like it, let me know, because it is very pretty. I put it in my want to read for now. I've been burned too many times, you know. And then I have 2 Christmas books. The reason why I wanted to find one is because I recently read this book called, what was it called? It was this one. It's called You Again by Kate Goldbeck. And I really, really liked it. I was like, this is actually really cute, really fun. Some of it was cringe, but sometimes I just find like romance cringe. But like overall, it was like a fun read. I had a good time with it. And so I want something like that. Like I thought the writing was really good. This one sounds cute. Interesting. The focus of this is like actually that they're like these 3 estranged sisters, and their father has died. And he's like this really eccentric man who owns this old antique shop, and he's like basically left them a series of like challenges and hoops they have to jump through in order to get their inheritance. The reviews of it are like calling it cute. It's like the story of like finding your way back to like your sisters, and I really love that idea. It like actually doesn't seem like it's like a romance novel, but I also just think like potentially I could do this as an audiobook, also because I want this one more. But I did put it in my want to read, so it's on my radar in the future. The last one is this. This is Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. I wanted to look, oh, this is the one I talked about, the one that's like about the two children of like this rock band. That one's kind of tempting. It does not have good reviews, 3.4. I feel like that's low for a romance. 82,000 reviews. Oof. Every single review from like on like the top reviews are 1 star. Some of these reviews, I can't even repeat some of these reviews. That's really funny. Okay, that's a no. Apparently that's not good, so that's fine. All right, I'm between these two, and if I'm honest, I do want to read this eventually, but this one just like is speaking to me right now, so I think I'm gonna get this one and then head home, and I'll do a little haul of everything once I get back home. But yeah, that's my little book shopping adventure. Hello lovelies, so I'm now home, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a haul of things that I collected today. I'll adjust my camera down a little bit. Okay, got my large tote bag. Honestly, I feel a little bit silly that I toted my laptop around all day today and I didn't type a single word. Honestly, the fluorescence in Barnes was just not the vibe. I just didn't feel like typing in there, and it was kind of getting late, so I decided to just come home. But first stop of the day was the library, and I only got one book because I actually have a couple of holds at my actual local library because I went to one that was closer to a friend's place. So anyways, I only picked up one book, and it was Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. And this is actually a YA novel. It is, according to Maureen Johnson, a love story, a murder mystery, and a horror novel bound up together in ghoulish stitches. This just sounds like the perfect sort of cozy winter read. Like, I'm just in the mood for all of the dark academia, gothic fiction with a bit of romance. That sounds absolutely perfect to me. I also love library books. I always forget like how satisfying the like sound of library books are, like the plastic crinkle. I just find it so nice. So a little bit of ASMR while I read, love that for me. And then I went into the city and I stopped by Lush, which was a little bit of an impromptu decision, but I ended up getting a bath bomb and a bath bomb and a bubble bar. So the bubble bar I got is this one. It's this like apple one, and it smells so good and cozy, and I'm so excited to use this. It's so cute. It literally looks like a little apple, but apparently with this you just need a little bit of it and it'll create a bunch of bubbles. So definitely excited to use that one. And then the bath bomb I got is this little guy, is a little snowman snow globe situation. I think this one was like cardamom, if I remember correctly, and I love like cardamom scents. So yeah, that just smells so cozy. Oh, I'm so excited to take a bath with that. That'll be a nice little treat. And then also at Lush, I got Chelsea Morning, which I've been wanting for ages, but it's been sold out, and I was so happy that my Lush had one in stock. And I left the store after spraying this on me and got so many compliments. Honestly, I was getting so many compliments today in general. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the holiday spirit. I had so many compliments on my makeup today, which was really nice because I didn't think I did anything special with my makeup, but so many people were complimenting it, and my outfit, and my jacket, and I got a bunch of compliments on the way I smelled after I left Lush, so love that. But yeah, this is basically a dupe for their Super Milk hair product, which is my favorite scent in the whole entire world. I just want to smell like that all the time, so I've been very keen to get a perfume that smells like it, and this is so perfect. Like, this is so close to being like an almost exact dupe. It smells like lemon caramel, And that sounds maybe weird, but it's so good. So that was my little Lush haul. And then I walked through the Union Square Christmas market, and that was just pleasant. But I did stop by. There's also the Union Square like market in general that's just there during the week, and I ended up picking up a couple of things. There was like this stand that was just like a maple syrup stand, and I love maple things, so I got some maple cream, which I love. Oh my gosh, if you've never had maple cream, you need to go and try it, especially if you like maple things. This on toast, on anything, is so good, is so delicious. And then I also got a couple little maple candies. I got one that is, I think this one is the sea salt, and then I also got an apple maple flavor one. So that's so good. I like grew up eating maple candy because my parents would do these markets all over Pennsylvania, and there would always be a maple stand. So every time I have maple candy, it's just like very nostalgic for me. Anyways, then I went to Barnes & Noble, and I had a huge basket of books, but obviously only purchased one, and that was The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence, which is just the perfect like floppy fantasy book, and it just sounds really fun and very wintry, so I'm very excited to start reading this. I'm going to decide, I think I'll read like a chapter of each of these tonight, and then decide from there which one I'm going to read first. Obviously, I'm on a time limit with this one, but yeah, I'm just excited for both of these. I'm thinking I want to do like a 24-hour library reading vlog though, because I have, like I mentioned, I have to go pick up a couple holds at my local library. So I might do that as my next video, or one of my next videos. So keep an eye out for that. But I had lots of fun just taking you all along with me book shopping, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Bye!